Here's your WNEM TV5 news update.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Colette Boyd. Here's a look at the top stories we're following today. Severe storms and a tornado moving through parts of mid-Michigan overnight. In Grand Blanc, a strong tornado touched down around 1 this morning, causing damage that could take weeks to clean up. Let's take a live look at the Consumers Energy outage map. Here you can see thousands of residents, not only in Grand Blanc, but across Genesee County. They're still without power. It's not known when power will be restored. Consumers and emergency workers are still assessing the damage. One area with a lot of damage, Grand Blanc Township Police asking you to please stay away from Dort Highway and Reed Road, Dort Highway and Grand Blanc Road. Also stay away from Dort Highway and Gibson and Reed Road and Porter. If you see down power lines or debris or that's on the road, please, or you need help, just call 911 immediately. Now for a quick look at the presidential results of yesterday's primary. Former President Donald Trump defeated his one-time ambassador to the UN, Nikki Haley, in Michigan's Republican primary. President Biden also projected to win the state's Democratic primary. In Michigan, which was the nation's largest Arab population, some voters vowed to vote uncommitted because of Biden's stance on the war in Gaza. Now here's Diane with a look at your forecast.
Our forecast very busy last night after a tornado touching down in Grand Blanc. As we clean up, the weather not necessarily friendly during cleanup efforts, as we do have down trees, down power lines, and the winds are elevated here for today. We're going to find those around 35 towards 40 miles per hour, and we could even have some peak winds that get around 45 miles per hour. Northwest wind direction, and then those winds are going to stay elevated as we go into the afternoon. So for power companies who do have to get those buckets up, it's going to be tricky as far as the weather. Of course, thankfully, we will find Thursday that the weather will, or at least the winds will start to settle down, and hopefully we continue to get those power lines back up. Now, wind chill is also going to be a factor for those who are cleaning up. We have everybody here in mid-Michigan, though, with those wind chills that are going to be into the teens and single digits. Even over this afternoon, we'll find that we're back to winter coats and gloves. It just feels like winter outside. So after yesterday being nice and warm, hopefully this cold air hasn't caught you off guard. We will even find that some of us could start below zero tomorrow morning. That would be northeast of 75 and even just there along the lake shore. Now, as we go into Thursday afternoon, our wind direction will change. We'll see that to come out of the southwest. That'll allow us to get out of the 20s, but still with a little bit of a breeze. Wind chills are going to have it feeling like the mid-20s tomorrow. With northwest winds in place, we do have lake effect. We're seeing a lot of that into northern lower, and then some coming off towards Muskegon, and some of those are going to continue into mid-Michigan. Some of those strong snow bands, it's going to be hard to pinpoint where exactly they will end up. So be cautious on your roads if you do get caught in some of those bands of snow. We will find that they could make a few slick spots at times, but we will see that the coverage is not going to be all that great, and a few may even try to linger into Thursday morning before we see that wind shift, and hopefully we can clear things out and bring more sunshine back to mid-Michigan. Your first alert 7-day forecast also showing temperatures warming up. We'll be into the mid to upper 40s for the rest of the work and school week. You can see we have some sun that'll be in place. We'll continue with dry weather through the weekend. So for those who do have to clean up, or for people who are going to be headed to help friends and family in Grand Blanc, it'll be warm, at least a little bit warmer over the weekend, 50s, 60s, and it will be dry. Our next rain chances don't arrive until early next week.
Remember to tune into WNEM TV5 on air and online 24/7 for the latest news, weather, and information.